Good day, everyone. I am Mary Joy S. Sangana, a BS Ed English 3 student of Northern Bukidnon State College. For today's video, I will be sharing with you a literature, a story entitled A Thousand Years of Good Prayers by Yi Yun Lee. And with that, we will be discussing some literary elements that can be found in this literature. So, let's go straight away. For the summary, Mr. Shi retired, says he had been a rocket scientist in China. With his limited English, he learned this praise by drawing pictures for a woman in an American airport while he was on the way to visit his daughter in a Midwest town where she works as a librarian in the East Asian Studies Department of a college. He likes telling people in America that he was a rocket scientist because he feels that it garners respect. Only 5 days into his visit, he feels that he has made many acquaintances because many people greet him in the town. Now let's proceed to the symbols that were used in this literature and what does this implies. So in A Thousand Years of Good Prayers, cooking and food are forms of communication, symbolizing the way messages can be conveyed without a shared language or understanding. Mr. Shi tries to show his care for his daughter using cooking and food. She is reluctant to accept or eat his food when he cooks for her, however, symbolizing the tension and alienation in their relationship. And here are the themes that are present in this literature, such as friendship, love, connection, culture, language, freedom, and conflict. For the character analysis, let's start with Mr. Shi. Mr. Shi is, according to himself, a retired rocket scientist. He lives in China but is visiting his daughter in the United States to help console her after her divorce. When he arrives in the US, he discovers that she does not want to spend much time with him and is very quiet when they are together. He tries to take care of her by cooking for her, but she is reluctant to eat. Over the course of the story, Mr. Shi becomes increasingly aware that he made mistakes in the way he raised his daughter and did not spend enough time talking to her or to his wife, which he feels guilty about. Now to Mr. Shi's daughter. Mr. Shi's daughter moved from China to the United States, where she works as a librarian in the East Asian Department of a college. After 7 years of marriage to a Chinese man, she is newly divorced. She reveals to her father that she was divorced because of an affair with a Romanian-American man with whom she feels she can communicate better than with her husband because she was not raised to express her feelings comfortably in Chinese. Madame is an Iranian immigrant to the United States who lives in a retirement home in the same town where Mr. Shi's daughter lives. She is 77 years old, 2 years older than Mr. Shi. She speaks little English but develops a friendship with Mr. Shi based on their mutual connection. She wears bright colors and patterns that bring joy to Mr. Shi. Mr. Shi's wife is never present in the story. She has died, but both Mr. Shi and his daughter speak about her regularly. They reveal no details about her, but it becomes clear that even though Mr. Shi believed her to be a good woman and a good wife, they had a strained relationship because he was always so quiet about his work. Yilan was the card puncher with whom Mr. Shi had an emotional affair when he was still a rocket scientist. They never had romantic or physical contact, but they communicated freely and developed intimacy through their long conversations at their workplace. So the setting of the events that took place is in China and in the United States. For the author's background, Yi Yun Lee is a Chinese-born writer and professor in the United States. Her short stories and novels have won several awards, including the PEN/Hemingway Award and Guardian First Book Award for A Thousand Years of Good Prayers, and the 2020 PEN/Jane Steen Book Award for Where Reasons End. And finally, for the analysis of this literature, readers get a sense from the beginning of the story that Mr. Shi is very proud of his work and that being a rocket scientist is central to his identity. They also learn that he is an outgoing person who feels connected to people in the world even when he cannot speak their language. The rapidity with which Mr. Shi calls new people his friends or acquaintances suggests that he may be lacking intimacy in other relationships in his life. So that ends our discussion, and I recommend you to really read the whole story of this literature because it's a very nice piece. And again, thank you very much for listening. Have a good day.